Alright, and what is up YouTube? Nerdfo here, and today we will be taking a look at Heracross. We're going to be having three different sets of Heracross, but first we're just going to go with the kind of the normal one that a lot of people know. So for stats, he has pretty good attack, OP, I mean, sorry, okay health, and a bit of bulkiness. His speed is decent, but we're going to be getting a lot of that defenses and maxing out attack and putting the remaining points in health and if you want some defense. Going to be getting the adamant nature because you do not need special attack at all, and attack is always nice. But if you are running assault vest, which is a nice thing to have, you want to max out health because you're going to be getting the special defense from it anyway. But basically, if you don't know what Assault Vest does, is it raises your special defense, but you can only use damaging moves, which isn't a problem for this Heracross. For the ability, we're going to run Moxie, because if you can feint a Pokemon, he's going to be gaining attack, and he's just going to keep on snowballing. So, with that, a lot of the attack and stuff, you're going to be trying to take out those guys and try to sweep as much as possible, and then you should start to snowball with the Moxie ability and go from there. You're getting just a lot of type coverage and standard hard-hitting attacks. If accuracy is what you're looking for, maybe you might want to swap out Mega Horn for something like Bug Bite. But I don't know, like, that's the only kind of other option. Pin Missile isn't too great because it's very, very chancy and it's still not that great. Bug Bite doesn't have a lot of power, so it's not too good for this setup. I would honestly recommend running Mega Horn, but if you really don't want that, you're gonna have to risk taking away your stab and maybe going for something like a Night Slash or something like that, close combat maybe. I'm just trying to go for type coverage, so you can do whatever fits. Shadow Claw even. I would probably recommend staying with Mega Horn just because you get a lot of damage and stab. And then all these are just going to be for type coverage. That's basically this one. Not much else to it. So this is the second one. So you're going to be running a Guts Flame Orb. And if you haven't seen my Machamp video, I kind of explained this a bit more, but basically how this works is the Flame Orb's going to try to burn you, and once you're burned, Guts is going to kick in, and you're going to gain 1.5 attack, like times attack. And some people are saying, like, well, when you're burned, your attack decreases, but it breaks through that, and it just gives you the 1.5, so you don't have to worry about that. There's also Toxic Orb, but Flame Orb is a better option just because Toxic Orb does more damage because it badly poisons you, so it's going to be doing a lot more damage. And yeah, also another good thing about the strategy is that not only are you just gaining like attack, but also your status, so they can't like spore you or anything like that. So you're taking a lot of their status stuff away from them. Like, now they can't make you fall asleep or poison you or anything because you already have the burn, so that's really good. Some people say, well, what's the point if you can just get the what's it called, the Life Orb? But the Life Orb, as you can see, only does 1.3 times damage, which is clearly not as good as 1.5 with the Guts ability. So if you want to run Life Orb, I wouldn't recommend it on this setup. You could run Life Orb on this setup because you're going to be dealing more damage, and then you're going to end up snowballing. But it's more of a suicidal thing. If you're kind of a bulky kind of person, you can run the Assault Vest. Sorry about that. And yeah, so just whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. It's your definitely preference. And now this is probably my favorite Heracross setup. A lot of people don't like it. They like just running the Moxie Heracross setup, but I like this one. This one's used more for when you have a Pokemon to set up this Heracross. But basically, you're going to want to run Mega Heracross. Obviously, you're not going to have an item because you have Heracronite. And then your ability is going to be Skill Link, and if you don't know what this is, basically you can read it. All multi-attacks are going to hit 5 times, or as many times as it can. So Pin Missile is always going to hit 5 times. Rock Blast, 5 times. Bullet Seed, 5 times. And then I just kind of put Bulk up here just because if you don't have a Pokemon to set you up, and maybe like a Baton Pass user, or at least just sweeping out the super effective guys or whatever, you can kind of set yourself up whenever you have the chance with raising your attack and defense. And then right here, we are putting a lot of points into special defense because defense is naturally higher, and if you can get the bulk ups, it's going to increase your defense a lot. Obviously, maxing out attack, putting some points in defense. If you really think you can set up, and you might want to, do something like this, and just put more points into health, um, something like this, even maybe sacrificing some attack. It doesn't really matter. I just think this setup is probably the best. And then, oh, sorry, not special attack, defense. And then Adamant Nature again because all of these are physical. If you want to run something else other than bulk up, maybe close combat or counter or earthquake or any kind of move, up to you. I just think bulk up is nice just because if you don't have a Pokemon to set you up, you can do it for yourself. But um, you could also run Swords Dance. Swords Dance is also really nice because it increases by 2. It goes up by 2 stages instead of 1. So it kind of just gets you up faster. But Bulk Up's just a safer option because it's getting you that defense. If you're running Swords Dance, you might want to put this down a bit and increase the defenses to kind of equal out. And yeah, that's basically it. This is a really, really strong strategy. You have a lot of type coverage. Pin Missile for stab, and it's going to actually sweep a lot of guys. I've done this in the past. This is amazing. Um, if you can, you should definitely set this up with a Baton Pass user. Try to get in like 1 or 2 agilities or 1 or 2 swords dances. He should be able to outspeed a lot of things and um, outdamage a lot of things with that agility and swords dance Baton Pass. But if not, you can do it for yourself and get the swords dance or bulk up. And that's basically it. These are the 3 sets. And then just kind of test whatever you want to do from there. So with that, I'm going to be leaving, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.